Good morning out there in Wonderland. This is Monterey Jack coming to you live from Studio 7 Pluses in the greater part of Las Vegas. Yes, coming to you live with true stories. So today I'm going to further my adventures in Las Vegas. As I said in a previous video, how I ended up here in Las Vegas, and now I'm going to jump around to different stories that happened after I got a job, and time went on and got to know the city and bought a boat, did a lot of skiing, etc., etc., etc. But here's one thing. It's not really funny, but it's called Double Jeopardy. Yes. So there was a young man in Caesar's Palace. He was gambling for a couple of days. He'd lost all his savings, everything he'd saved for many years. And he was very disgusted, and of course he's walking out the side door of Caesar's where the parking lot was at that time. And guess what? His new Cadillac was underwater. Yes. There was a 2-day rain, and back in the day, Las Vegas didn't have very good drainage out here in the desert. So, yeah, the parking lot was kind of low to the ground. Yeah, so anyway, Double Jeopardy. Oh my gosh. Another scene out at Lake Mead. There were 14 people that went for the weekend out to the lake. They had a little 18-foot outboard that took their supplies to the beach, which was, I'll say, a 15-minute ride by boat to get to this particular beach. And so they got all their supplies there 2 or 3 times to get all the people there. And so they're having a good time. And on the second day, here they're not listening to a radio or anything, and here comes a storm. Now I'll tell you something about Lake Mead. Lake Mead can be more treacherous than the ocean because the wind could come in from different directions and shift on you, making those waves really treacherous. So anyway, these dummies probably had alcohol in them, I'm guessing. All jumped into the boat. The wind is blowing, it's lightning, it's thunder. Oh, this is the biggest storm you could ever think of. And so they went out the cove and out into the main basin, and the boat went down. Well, afterwards, the guy said that the girls saved them because the girls took off the top of their bikinis, tied them together, and wrapped them around some empty gas cans that had popped up. So they're out there floating around. A couple of them, which I have no information about, did try to swim to shore. I'm assuming they made it. I don't remember reading about anybody drowning out there in this incident. But yeah, so they're out there floating for 14 hours, and finally most of the casinos, or I won't say most of them, but some of the casinos had yachts out there at the lake. So the Caesar's Palace yacht picked them up, and they had to drag them up the ladder because their legs were just so numb they couldn't use them there first. Anyway, the girls saved them, and in fact the girls made everybody laugh. The guys were telling me, yes, they were out there floating, and the girls said, "Let's make love one more time." You know, and so everybody started laughing. You know, yeah, it kept them in good spirits. So there's a couple quick stories of what happened back in, I'll say, the early 70s, maybe even 1970. So stay tuned to Amarillo Jack. Did I say Amarillo Jack? Oh, no, I didn't do that again. I must be Texas bound. I don't know, you know. But this is Monterey Jack. Yes, I do realize that I do need another cup of coffee. And I want to thank all of you for your attention. Have a great every moment, and be safe.